Hello, I'm David Pearson. I am the founder, co-owner, CEO, president, chief leads expert or chief leads officer, however you like to think of me. I am that guy. I'd like to welcome you to my first podcast, Creative Jolt's Marketing Minute podcast. I'm happy to bring this to you. And I just figured, let's get this thing going. I had committed to getting this podcast started for my business and be able to share with you some knowledge on what I do in my business, what I do for my clients, and how my clients has been successful through my services. And to do that, I am decided to go ahead and release some short podcasts and to go over with you one focus at a time or to display with you one topic at a time to really explain to you a little bit of my thought process, a little bit of my strategies, and to see if you are in the world of business and marketing yourself, whether if you're doing services or products, ideas that I have, tests that I have ran, and the successes that I have seen through my own numbers and stats. Hopefully it can help you progress in your own line of business, in your own line of marketing, in your own line of products and services. So that way it can help you succeed. I am an expert web designer. I do strategies behind that. And I call it the lead generation funnel system that I do for my clients. And it's all about taking your customers from point A to point Z. Starting them off in a good process and finishing them off with a sell or with reaching out to contact you for leads. And so what I have here, and I posted it on the back of my business card here, lead generation funnel network, increasing your web conversions through smart websites, SEO, and paid search. And so when we build these things out, we do it accordingly with a thought process in mind. This thought process has led me to philosophical beliefs for my own business. And that's where I would like to start this podcast off, is that the very first topic is philosophy in business or business philosophy. However you would like to put that. I believe that if you are going to be doing marketing, if you're going to be doing business, you should always have philosophy in mind. Now, it's not your typical college age philosophy or your argumentative of philosophy and throwing some Aristotle out there. It's not. We're going to different stances here, but it's along the same basic lines. So before I jump into philosophy any further on that, let me define to you with what is listed online through some other sources as to what philosophy is, especially business philosophy. And then I'm going to let you know what I think about philosophy and share with you a little bit of my business philosophy that helps my marketing, that helps my digital marketing company succeed for my clients. So first, on Google, I had found, if you're to Google philosophy, this pulls from the Oxford Languages Dictionary. It states the study of fundamental nature of knowledge, reality, and existence, especially when considered as an academic discipline. And then goes off to additional definitions as a particular system of philosophical thought. And then the last part here, and I think this is where it really lines up even more, a study of a theoretical basis of a particular branch of knowledge or experiences. And so when you develop philosophy for your business, philosophy for your services or marketing strategies, you are expressing experience in that area, a deep understanding that is allowing you to create some additional thought, creating some new processes, and being innovative. And you are delivering that message. When you can express philosophical thought through your business and services, you are expressing to your customers or potentials that you know what you're talking about, that you're expert in the field, you are innovative in delivering the appropriate products and services to them. So let's go ahead and dig into this a little bit further. So I shared with you some of my thoughts already here. I am looking at fitsmallbusiness.com, and I had asked a question there, what is business philosophy? And here we go. We have an article that is written, what is a business philosophy? And I will be providing these links in the description of this video and podcast for you guys to go ahead and watch. It says, a business philosophy is a set of guiding principles that a business strives towards to reach its ultimate goal. It encompasses the business's values, grounding it through ups and downs. It should align with the brand's personality, mission, and vision. It underscores the actions, decisions, and culture within the business. You want to make your business philosophy motivational, action-oriented, and applicable, across all company activities and departments. So, according to this person, let me get. Do I have a name here for you? Because what she wrote here was definitely very interesting, and I'd encourage you to go ahead and write it. Get some different thought processes behind this. It was written by Rebecca Michael and Lauren Smith. Go ahead, take a look at it. Get your own idea of what business philosophy is. They're saying have your mission and vision first, and then jump into philosophy and let the mission and vision be the basis for your philosophy. I think it should be the other way around. I think philosophy of your business should be the guiding principles for your mission and your vision. Take for an example. Well, before I jump into an example, and that's actually going to be furthering my thought processes, I would first like to go ahead and give a shout out to Spotify. And I'm jumping into this because Spotify is actually making it possible through anchor.fm for me to actually distribute this podcast accordingly. And I do this podcast live on YouTube, but the one of the main bases for this is anchor.fm, and then it gets distributed through Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts, and also other various sources. You can go ahead and find my podcast at anchor.fm/creativejolt. And it's definitely a wonderful system to play with. I've used them for another podcast that I do have that is going over, called Into Pursuit, and is going over more of my personal experiences and becoming a better person, so that way you can actually work and be a human being. But enough about that. We're jumping back into the philosophy of business. And so now that I said my own personal thought that you need to have a business philosophy first and let that be the guiding influence for your mission and your vision, it will give you core principles to live by. It creates a sense of morality for your products and services in a way. So you're running through this deep thought process on that. The basis for my company, and this is the selling point to my clients, is that headline is search is business. That is my philosophy, because I made a discovery on how to sell my services better to my customers. Not just how to sell my services better to my customers, but it is through my years of ups and downs, I have learned what makes you the most successful in online search engine placement, whether if it's on Google, Bing, Yahoo, or DuckDuckGo. Any of the major search engines that are out there, what will get you placed right accordingly? And it's not just through natural search SEO, but it's also through paid search campaigns. And I found great success through paid search campaigns in developing more customers than natural search engine leads. Now, search is business because search engines has a natural supply and demand. Every search engine displays a certain amount of businesses on a single page. On page 1, 2, 3, 4, you can go all the way up to page 10 if you want. But it's a certain amount of businesses. You have the supply, and the supply is short to be on page 1. You're also placed on the particular page in placement on search according to your location, according to the categorization of your products or services, and what the customer is demanding. You're also placed accordingly to your competition, because you got competition out there that you cannot avoid. You are not alone in search. So this is economics in search, the laws of economics, supply and demand. If you have an understanding this philosophy, search is business, you will understand that the more competitors you have online, the shorter the supply you have and the higher the demand you're going to need to meet. And so the higher rankings that you go up in search, according to the competition, according to the number of people that are searching for your products and services, you're going to need to pay that much more or that much less. This is philosophy in action. This is what makes my business tick. This is how I'm actually able to strategize accordingly for my clients and to get them ranked accordingly. Now, one last point that I want to make before I go. This philosophy and understanding of these products and services, and understanding my philosophy of search and business, my foundational principles of my services, is that I'm actually able to measure correctly. It helps me out in that area. I have found that as far as lead generation goes, I have found that my customers, on average, for every $1 that they spend with me, that they get a return ranging between $5 to $20 for every $1 spent. So if you can get $5 or $20 back in returns, or even somewhere in the middle, you're getting an incredible return. That's a 500% increase, or a 2,000% increase, or somewhere right there in the middle. Philosophy can help develop that mindset, develop those strategies, develop a system of measurements. When you come to an understanding of who you are, what you are serving, what you're doing for your customers. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this podcast. I'm going to be coming here to doing more and touching on some key principles. And as I do this, my objective is to, well, one, increase my own customers through this means. But two, if I don't get you as a customer, I hope that you are learning something and that you can actually apply these same things to your business. This is Creative Jolt's Marketing Minute Podcast. I'm David Pearson, and I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me.